ladies and gentlemen of the press, may we now clear the air of some misconceptions regarding the Commission's intention to procure new biometric voter management system and to also compile a new voters register ahead of the 2020 general elections. It's been argued that the EC has never compiled new voters register in an election year. This argument is completely false. In 2004, the EC compiled a new voters register prior to the December 2004 general elections. Again, in April to May 2012, a new biometric voters register was compiled ahead of the December 2012 presidential and parliamentary elections. Indeed, the Commission's capability to compile a new voters register in an election year is certainly not in doubt, as explained earlier. Again, we have noted assertions in the public space to the effect that the Commission's intention to compile a new voters register ahead of the 2020 general elections is contrary to an ECOWAS protocol that EMBs, that is election management bodies, cannot compile new voters register in an election year. This is also false. What the protocol says is that electoral laws cannot be modified 6 months to elections. The intention of the Commission is to compile new voters register, and this will not require an amendment of the current law. And even if it will, the amendment will certainly be done earlier than 6 months to the general election. It has also been argued that voters' registers in the past were used for 10 years before they were replaced. This assertion is also not true. It's false. Since 1987-88, the EC has replaced the voters' register 3 times. In 1995, in 2004, and in 2012. The 1987-88 voters' register was used for 7 years. That of the 1992 lasted for 9 years. The 2004 register was replaced after 8 years. And the 2012 register has been used for 8 years. It has been the practice over the years to replace the voters' register after every 8 years. That's after 2 general elections and 2 district level elections. So this shows that in an election year, we compile voters' register, and almost always, as has been the practice, it is not 10 years. The reason for the periodic replacement of the voters' register is mainly due to reforms to improve the credibility and integrity of the register. Hence, our intention to add facial recognition to completely eliminate manual verification altogether, thereby ensuring credibility and integrity of the elections. Another reason for the removing of the names of the business from this is to render the bloated register that we all know. What I want to say is that because we are unable to have a way of removing dead or deceased names from the register, almost always we have a bloated register. In effect, using such a periodic replacement register for subsequent elections will greatly affect the credibility of the elections. That is, if we continue to use such registers, the credibility of the elections will be affected. It has been alleged that the EC is wasting public resources to compile a new voters register. This accusation is also far from the truth. The cost of the 2012 voter registration was 169,730,146. That of 2014-2015 supplementary registration also cost the Commission 287,559,379. In 2016, the revision of the voters register was 487,998,714. And it's also important to note that the compilation of a new voters register in 2020 is estimated to cost 390,265,186.44. And we are referring to the new register here. The expenses stated above relate to cost of hiring registration officials and procurement of consumable registration materials. It is worth mentioning that the current administration of the Commission is committed to judicious use of state resources for electoral activities. It has also been argued that if the current voters register is not in good shape, why was it used for the 2018 and the 2018 referendum and the just ended DC level elections? The Commission's response is as follows. It is a well-known fact that the register is bloated and there has not been an effective means of cleaning it. We are discussing effective ways of doing this going forward. Besides, the current register does not include facial recognition feature as a means of verification. And this has resulted, as we have stated over and over, in a high evidence of manual verification where the voters' fingerprints cannot be verified. A recent case in point is the ended DLE, which we have already made mention. You can even find out that in the Upper East region, or let's even take Upper West, out of 205,738 voters who turn up, the manually verified voters is, or let's say, was 8,723. In Upper East, out of 271,961, we had 7,991 manually verified. So even if you look at the national percentage, 0.6, it's a huge number. So we cannot actually afford to have about 34,843 manually verified when we are even looking at elections which are so close, and 40,000 can actually make some sort of a difference in other things. Even if you look at the parliamentary elections, where we use first past the post, a candidate can just win by one. And if we have such high incidence of manual verification, it is a source of worry. So this is a worrying trend which should not be encouraged. The two situations are what I have actually said. Upper West and then Upper East regions. And the national is 0.6. Assuming the turnout of the DLE was high as 11 million, assuming, as in the case of the 2016 general elections, then it means over 66,000 voters would have been manually verified. This figure is significant in determining the outcome of an election. It will be recalled that in 2008, where less than 40,000 votes determined the outcome of an election, then this is a worrying event. EC has been questioned that if there is the need for a new biometric voter management system. The response is yes. The current kits and solutions are obsolete. They are end of life and can no longer be supported by their original equipment manufacturers. The immediate past vendors of the solution proposed that the Commission replaces all the equipment and also upgrade the data center. This was re-emphasized by the consultants we engaged to audit our systems. It is important to emphasize that we compile new voters register or not, there is the need to acquire new equipment to replace those procured in 2011. It is therefore important to delink the procurement of equipment and kits from the registration. We state again that whether or not the EC compiles a new register or conducts a limited registration exercise, we will need to procure new kits to replace the obsolete ones. Additionally, we will acquire a new data center with robust state-of-the-art services and equipment at a cost of $6 million instead of upgrading the existing one at a cost of $15 million as proposed by the previous vendors. Again, we are replacing the existing software with a new one to enable us own and control our systems, unlike the previous situation where the software was owned, controlled, and managed by the vendors. Considering the above challenges, the Commission has come to the conclusion that it will be cheaper and prudent to acquire new BVRs and BVDs which are robust and user-friendly than to upgrade old and obsolete ones. Again, the Commission will go ahead with the preparation of a new biometric voters register based on the reasons provided earlier. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, this is the Electoral Commission's justification for acquiring new biometric voter management systems and also compiling a new voters register ahead of the 2020 general elections. On behalf of the Commission, we all say thank you and have
what a prosperous new year. Thank you.